So we open with Ebony, Lee, and Brashawn still sitting there, and Ebony's like, I am not just going to lighten up. That's a macroaggression. Meanwhile, with Sonia, Luann, and Ramomo, Sonia's trying to get them to hear Ebony's point, and all they keep talking about is, well, we want to hear about the matchmaker, the matchmaker, the matchmaker. They're just like, we're not going to say anything on camera because we're going to get roasted and toasted. But you are for this, for not being able to stand in your convictions. Sadly, Ebony's grandmother passed that morning, but the girls are actually there for her. This is a really emotional ping pong. So Leah and Ebony are getting tattoos to memorialize their grandmothers together. That's sweet. So now drunk Sonia's getting into it with Brashard. So they trying to get the tattoo and Ramona trying to talk Ebony out of it. Ramona, you always trying to be somebody's mama. Leah calls Sonia to complain about Ramona, and Ramona's right there. Foot and mouth syndrome. Now, Sonia is pissed with Ramomo because Ramomo tried to throw her up under the bus rather than just fess her. Confess, sis. Confess. So we gonna do one of them little history tours and get in some garb. Ebony and Brashawn said, we ain't gonna put on the colonizer's uniform. That ain't us. I don't blame them. Brashawn's fur is way too cute. Brashawn is really getting broken into the group. Sonia's pulled her aside and started talking about the townhouse. That's when you know you're in, when you get the townhouse lecture. Leah and Ebony are tired of the group coddling her. Get some therapy, deal with your issues, and move on. Oh my God. Ramona, you need to get your bowels checked. Oh my God, why are they showing feces on TV? You really gonna say you spilled your makeup? Why would you have makeup that brown? Why? So now the ladies get to dinner for another confrontator. Oh, Brashawn said this group is a little bit boring. It's a lot bit boring. They're old biddies, clinging to the illusion of youth. Ebony said she actually called y'all grandmas. Luann said, well, I'd love to hear your idea of a good time. Luann said, well, do you know where the door is? Go find someone interesting. Ebony said, well, look, it's a panty. Grandparents have just passed. We're going to be a little lower energy. I'm not trying to be insensitive. Now, girl, you was a little insensitive calling them boring and grandmas. I mean, it's true, but you didn't have to say it. Also, you're in Salem, not Vegas. Ebony was right. Ramona set you up. So Brashawn says, okay, I'll open up. I'm being sued. I'm suing a lot of people. And then Sonia interrupts and Brashawn says, shh, that's one way to get people. Oh, Brashawn said, well, look, Ebony was trying to get to know me. Sonia, you're always so nobody gets to know you. But there's nothing to know but the tragic tale of Sonia Morgan, and we all know that. So now Brashawn and Sonia get into it. So Sonia's telling her, look, just keep it light and have fun. Brashawn tries to bring the other ladies in, and Sonia says, they don't need to be a part of this. Not everybody has to hear what you have to say. You can talk to me. She says Brashawn wants all the attention, which I can kind of see. But Sonia, when you talk, no one can understand you because it's a symphony of slurs. Oh, you can never be normal. You always want to be a clown, Sonia. Ain't that the truth? So now everybody mad at Brashawn because it's like, girl, you don't even know her. And Luann gonna stick up for her friend. How dare you talk to her like that? Now, I've said the same thing on many other Housewives shows. You can't come in this strong. This is like Wendy Osefo calling Ashley a bitch when it's like, girl, you ain't even had an interaction with her. Like, why are you coming on so strong? Ramona said, well, she's my friend. Luann said, oh, yeah. That's your friend, girl. Okay. Oh! And then, of course, Leah got to throw Ramona under the bus. Ramona's not standing up for Sonia at all. Luann said, you must be bored with yourself. So Ramona's going to dance on a table to lighten the mood. She is literally on that table doing swishy arm motion to distract from Brashawn's okay boo. I would say that that's just mean. Like, if you want to spice things up, say, hey, ladies, let's play a game. Like, if you're, it's like, okay, it's getting a little quiet in here. Parties get a little quiet. You be the spice up, but you don't say, this is boring. To call them boring and say they're grandmas. One, some of them are grandmas, so what's wrong with being a grandma? You fighting for your eggs, right? So that means you want to have kids and eventually grandkids. So grandma is the goal. I'm tired of the age shaming. I think Brashawn thought there were going to be parties where she could husband hunt, but now she's just around a bunch of women, and she gives me a woman that don't like to be around a bunch of women, kind of like Ramomo. Brashawn is low-key not here for Sonia. So Sonia says, Brashawn is quiet now, and she turns to Leah and goes, oh, Leah, you know, I heard you say the smartest thing today. And then Sonia gets mad that she's not being included in the conversation. And Brashawn's like, well, look, Leah, I just wanted to big up you because, you know, the girls stay down you every chance they can. Everybody has something nasty to say about Leah. So Brashawn says, well, you know what, I'm not going to say anything. I've probably had too much to drink. Sonia says, oh, look who's the clown now. Then Brashawn responds, well, here goes the clown show. Luann, don't you call her a clown. Well, if Sonia called her a clown, they just insulting each other back and forth now. It's going to be nastiness throughout the dinner and then a makeup at brunch tomorrow. So Leah's like, look, either say it or leave that shit on the playground. You just starting mess at this point, and I ain't going to put up with it. I'm outie. Leah will always storm off. So Brashawn finally says, well, Ramona didn't go deep, but she said she don't connect with you. So you gonna throw your one friend that just got up on a table for you up under the bus? Brashawn, you're trying to be a Marla with white women, and that's not gonna work. So Leah leaves and everybody follows. They leave Ramona and Brashawn and say, you know what, y'all dance on the tables. Wait a minute, Sonia's gonna stay for Ramona who wouldn't support her. You see, Sonia, you're used to piss poor treatment. And then Brashawn says, oh, you're not staying, bitch. Sonia's like, you're gonna call me a bitch? You want me to stay, but you're gonna call me a bitch? We don't need these amateur dramatics. So Ramona and Sonia are telling Brashawn, look, you messed up. You made Leah upset. Brashawn said, I think your friendship is phony. All of their friendships are phony. Welcome to the Housewives, but you never say it unless you're at a reunion. So Ramomo tell Brashawn, look, you gotta tell Leah tomorrow that I ain't say nothing negative about her. And she didn't. She just said, make your own decision, and we haven't connected. I'm working on it. That's not negative, and that's the same way Leah is, so it's honest. So Brashawn walks into the library party. I had too much to drink, I'm sorry. Leah said, you ain't have too much to drink, you're just a butt. Brashawn, we're gonna keep it focused on your behavior. Ramona gaslit you. She set you up. Ebony tells Brashawn to apologize to Luann. So Brashawn's like, I don't go by code. I don't go by how it should be. And Luann's like, well, you've got to have some type of decency. Ebony said decency, I'm sorry, and decency is a good word. Ebony said decency. Ebony tries to backpedal and pussy pop. No, I didn't mean decency. Yes, you did. Because calling somebody grandmas, telling people that they're boring when you don't know them isn't decent. Across the room, Leah's telling Ramomo, I thought we made progress. You can never make progress with Ramomo, and you should know. Sonia upset that Brashawn called her a clown. And Brashawn said, well, I could call you a hoe. Is that decency? Twerking every night, you a hoe. Now, Brashawn never called Sonia a hoe, but Sonia's drunk and on one, so she starts yelling at Brashawn. Are you a bitch? Because if you're a humanitarian, you don't call people a hoe. Oh, goodness. So Sonia is already drunk and on one. Just let her act like a clown. But Brashawn, you want to act like a clown too. You're doing all the You and Sonia just want to do the mirror dance. Go on and do it. Brashawn is like, okay, Sonia, show us what you can do. Be the clown. Everybody's tired of Brashawn picking on Sonia. And Sonia's, just trying to have fun. Damn, Brashawn, you fucked it up. Sonia said, I'm talking to try to save her ass. I could shut up and let her hang herself. Leanne and Ebony were like, yeah, I agree with that plan, because we're sick of her. Sonia says, use your brain, baby. You have conned yourself with your mouth. Conned yourself right out of a job. That was fascinating. I can't wait to see next week.